Artist. Bleh. Yo, what's going on? My name is Marc Blackwell. I'm an artist from Los Angeles, California, and I woke up today thinking, you know what? I've got so many like digital illustrations on my iPad. If you look here, I've got just tons of stuff dating back for years. And so I'm gonna start sharing them with you guys in this series. I don't know if it's gonna be called something or anything. But I'm going to start sharing them with the first one that I can find on my iPad, right? So I've come back all the way down to the bottom. It's this one. And we're going to share it. You're going to be able to buy it on a coffee mug if you want to, you know, cool stuff like that. So stick around. Let's grow together and see what we can create, all right? Okay, so this is Procreate. I don't really use Procreate anymore, but when I first got my iPad back in December of 2022, Procreate was what I was really excited to work on. And so this is the first digital illustration that I really completed, worked on, used layers. You can see there it was created, which means it was finished on February 6th. And then I think it was like, 3 hours of draw time, maybe 3 hours, 45 minutes. So yeah, there's all of these illustrations here on Procreate, and then I have probably like just as many on Adobe Fresco. So I need to start getting these out there. What is freaking artwork if it's just sitting on my iPad or it's just sitting in my closet? You know what I mean? Andy Warhol says that while other people are busy judging your art and deciding if it's good or not, just continue to make more art. So that's what I'm doing. I need to get it out there because it hasn't been out there. And I've got all these like time-lapse videos that you can see right here. And now I know how to use my website via Wix. Maybe one day this will be a sponsored video via Wix. Probably not. I don't know. But that's the process. That's what I'm thinking. And so this is a time lapse of that first like original illustration. And you can see like I don't normally draw like this anymore, but this was like a crayon-ish brush. That's hence the name Crayons Skeletons. And I would draw in like this, I guess, with this yellow circle and teal background. And then I would start adding in the color, as you can see here. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know about the like not content fill-aware, but the paint bucket tool where you could put in your own colors and not have to color it in like it was a marker. But I like this process. I like coloring it in like it's a marker because that just makes it look cooler and makes it more unique, more human-like, as they say these days. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking for a second and we can watch this and then I'll come back and talk some more. All right, so It's literally taken me all day to do this, but I think that's fine, right? So if each piece, this piece called Crayon Skeletons, which I have so much to say, but one of them is that naming pieces is one of the, fun parts of the job. But anyway, if Crayon Skeletons is its own piece, it needs to have everything that it needs to have to survive in this digital world. Like its own hyperlink, its own special page on the internet, and then products, 5 products for it, right? It needs to have its own YouTube video, its own Instagram reel that's saved as a highlight. Like, it's so freaking much. But I have all this content, and I've spent a lot of time just creating, and a lot of time thinking about this, like years, like decades thinking about this. So I'm gonna try to execute it, and we're gonna try to do it. I've contemplated like putting 2 or 3 together and having them in the back, but I think that's like hesitation and avoidance, so we're not gonna do that. And we're just gonna push this. We're just gonna push it out there. We got 1 done. We got 2 on deck, and let's go. Let's see what happens. Peace. Thanks for watching.